Verizon has been partnering with satellite network operators such as Skylo and AST Space Mobile to enable satellite messaging when we're outside of terrestrial coverage. In July 2025, this service works with the Pixel 9 and Galaxy S25 families. This service should not be confused with satellite SOS services offered on some Apple and Pixel smartphones.
Hey everybody, I'm out here in the wilderness, the magnificent wilderness of eastern Idaho. As you can see, there's no one around for miles and miles, and of course, there is no connectivity here. So I'm here to test, just for you, Verizon's satellite messaging system. Now, the first thing I want to tell you is it only does SMS, so it will not allow any attachments. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and connect right now. So you notice in the top of my screen, I already have a little satellite icon there, and the triangle shows that I've got no connectivity to the cell tower at all. Now, one of the first things that shows up is a kind of moving petal shape, a circle, and it's asking me to orientate my phone round to a particular angle. Now, I've already tried this over the last 24 hours. The satellite's always in the same position with regard to where I am in the northwest of the US just now. And so it's obviously in geostatic or geostationary orbit because it's always on 170 magnetic for where I am just now. So in other words, it's approximately south of where I am. Now, one of the curious things is, as well as having to point toward the satellite with my phone almost horizontal, it's also asking me to do this with it, elevate it as well. So the idea is that I keep this satellite icon in the middle of the kind of flowery petal shape. Now, typically it's taking somewhere between 30 seconds to 2 minutes for it to connect. And one of the things it's always asking me to do is to hold the phone steady. So even when I'm texting, and I'll tell you about that in just a moment, there's still a smaller area, a pop-up, that's asking me to keep the satellite in the middle. So in other words, the phone has to be kept stationary. So if you happen to have a table or a log or a big stone or just want to kneel down on the ground, once you've got the phone aligned with the satellite, then you're going to stay in contact with it. Now, I haven't timed it for a very long time, but as far as I can tell, as long as I don't move the phone, as long as I keep it stationary, it will maintain that contact with the satellite all the time. Of course, the moment that I move it, I lose that connectivity. So that means that people can only SMS text me when I'm connected to the satellite. I choose when I'm connected. So if someone wants to get in touch with me via satellite, if it's urgent, they can't. What they can do is they can send a message, and it waits and it waits and it waits until I connect myself next time to the satellite. Another thing I want to tell you is that with the Verizon system, it's only working with Google Message. This icon I'm showing you right now. Okay, so any other application that's handling your SMS text will not work. It's only this one that works. So again, I'm going to line it up on the satellite. I'm going to wait until I'm connected. Take somewhere between 30 seconds and minute and a half, 2 minutes, I've noticed. But once I'm connected, it will stay connected until either I press and say, I want to finish now. I hit the small pop-up window. It says, would you like to end? I hit end. It says, confirm you wish to end, and then it disconnects from the satellite. And obviously, if I move my phone away, it'll also disconnect from the satellite. Okay. So I'm sending a text now. It's taking a moment, and the text has been sent. And I've got someone waiting at the other end to reply to me. And that person's just sent that message to say that it's been received. So even though there's a little bit of a time delay, it's not happening instantaneously, it's perfectly acceptable for carrying on an SMS text conversation via the satellite. Okay, that's all I have for just now. You know, any questions? If you want me to come out and do this again, yeah, please let me know. Neil@connectus.com. Y'all take care.